Man goes on a cruise. Let the story commence. Craig wanted to go to Amsterdam, and he thought, you can get a boat across, can't you? Think it is Zeebrugge or is that somewhere else? That you can get a boat across. I always used to see adverts like that on the telly. P&O ferries or something. Get a boat across. Why would I want to do that though? How long would that take? Is that overnight? Is it overnight or does it take a day? Just fly here. It'll take about an hour. Glasgow. And then how do I get the ferry? Probably East Coast. Edinburgh or somewhere like that. And that got me thinking, instead of a ferry, how about I got a cruise? Because that would just be overnight. Go on a cruise with the whole, like, we've got a pub and like a wee disco sort of thing. He wasn't into really dancing and all that. He didn't like it, but he's gone himself. Thought maybe I could go on a cruise and then sort of get into dancing at a wee disco by myself. Nobody would know that I don't normally dance, so nobody would be like, like he's getting up. Look, you never get up. Like just sort of become a new person, or maybe just become the person that he's meant to be. Something like that. And a cruise. Like no going to Amsterdam, but like a cruise. Like go away for a week. Go away for where would I go? They all leave for like Southampton or something, don't they? Southampton or Portsmouth or something, and then you leave, and then the fuck would it go? America? No, I'd probably go around like Spain or something, then come round maybe Italy or. Do you do that? And you looked up a cruise. I'm going to go on a cruise. Cruises leaving UK. Royal Caribbean. Ah, that sounds good. So what? There you go. Southampton, leaves Southampton a year. Spain, Portugal, Hamburg and Bruges. 2-night weekend getaway. No, the kind of big one. To really lose myself. What's it like the big one? That's it. Transatlantic. Spain and Portugal, transatlantic. Leaving. What, you fucking go across the Atlantic, then double back to. Right, so. No way. He thought this is it. So. Oh, amazing. Then I end up in Florida. At Miami. So I leave Southampton. Departs at 5 o'clock. That'll be just in time for my dinner. Set sail for a once in a lifetime experience. Maybe he would like to do it more than once in a fucking lifetime. And venture across the ocean on a transatlantic cruise. Your 14-night adventure. But 14 nights. He'd been on holiday in Spain for like 10 nights and it fucking dragged in. It dragged, it drew in, it dragged in. Do you know what I mean? It dragged in. 14 nights on the same fucking boat, but that gave him a chance to just lose himself. An exciting city, Southampton, England, an exciting city that's worth exploring a few days before your cruise starts. Aye, you could be there a few days before. Once on Independence and the Seas, that's the name of the boat, you'll visit incredible destinations as you journey across the ocean. Look at that, they've got a kind of surfing thing. Is that all the pictures? Starting from $7.99 per person. 1,598 total per room. Right, so you can get it. No, one guest. Starting from 1,421 per person. I can do that. I could do that. What are the better rooms? Ocean view. 3 grand. Balcony. Get a wee balcony. That would be nice, but it would be nice to have a wee balcony to sit outside. Thought, you know what, fuck it. Right, so how much is that then? 2,692. So I thought, right, I have that. So I'll leave Southampton and then day at sea, Spain, Portugal, Azores. And then 6 days at sea. And then the Bahamas. And then the day after, Miami. Like, Scarface. Right, there it is. Because this for families, so he'd be like a fucking weirdo going about by himself. What's for that ice sweet lounge? You could go there and meet some people. There must be, he thought to himself, there must be like, he read something recently about being married to yourself. He saw that there was some singer called Maya who had married herself. Maya. Mia. And like decided to dedicate her life to herself and look after herself and put herself first. And he thought, must be women like that on the cruise, and like they're sort of just going on a cruise by themselves, and maybe he could say, I've also married myself, and then maybe once that's established that they're no interested in each other, that opens up the possibility that could be him. Could be him there with her. He could be sitting there. Mind if I join you? Don't worry, I've married myself. And then, you know, like chat away and go, can I get you a drink? And I say that as someone who has married himself. I'm just looking for, you know, company of anybody here. You know, have you married yourself? Oh, you're with him? All right. All right, I'll leave then. It's okay. It's all right. No, it's fine. It's all right. Thank you. Pizza. Could get a Johnny Rockets, whatever the fuck that is. I learn how to dance, and he could maybe, like, oh right, so if you want to partner up with someone, he could say to a woman, "You like to dance?" Oh. And you know, hold her closely and tightly to his body. Go to the Crown Lounge, whatever the fuck that is. Commitment to our most loyal guests, he could show his loyalty. Bar and arcade, additional cost, that's fine. Solarium, yeah. English pub, good. Cafe Promenade, yeah, it's all there. The Viking Crown Lounge, Schooner Bar, it's all their room service. Shows and entertainment, Broadway at sea. You got fucking But Cats, Mamma Mia, Hairspray and more. Live orchestra, parades, ice skating shows, Once Upon a Time, whatever the fuck that is. Oh, lovely. Guest entertainers, invitation to dance, and they'll be like discos. Yes. right, I'm doing it. His main thing though was he's thinking, this is what I've got in my mind. He's thinking, he's been at weddings before. Been at the weddings, his pals all married off and all the rest of it. And he was left alone. And they would go, run up and dance. And he never did, never liked it. He thought, I could go on a cruise and sort of get up and dance, and nobody would know that I don't dance. I would just do it, and it would be for me. I'd be doing it for me. So he went on the cruise, and he kind of shut out it a few nights. He thought, I'll do it when we're like right in the middle of nowhere in the Atlantic. And there's a kind of wee disco, and they're doing different types of music, and he's sitting by himself. He thought, see, because I've left it quite a few days now that I've no got up during the disco. Now, I bet there's people who've been looking at me going, there's that guy by himself and he never gets up to dance. I've now established again, as well as in my normal life, I've never established on this cruise that I don't dance. Now if I get up here, people are going to be like, oh, nobody notices, nobody's watching you, just there. So the song that was playing was, Macarena. And everybody was up doing that. And he thought, I'm going to get up and I'm not going to do all that, I'm just sort of going to dance normally. So he got up, and it was everybody saying, they know that, right? But he just went like that. Kind of like the guys in it. You know how they're just sort of standing there like that. Not like that. So he went like that. That. He thought, if I do that, how can I be wrong? Because the people who made this song are dancing like that. So he kind of stood at the edge of the dance floor looking in, like that. Like that. Some people went by and went, come on. Somebody grabbed him. He went, oh no. He saw somebody like that, looking there. So they're looking at me because I'm not doing the dance. And he went in a wee bit, like in amongst them, and just sort of did that. And this woman went like that. You're not doing it right. He went, oh, I'm just that. No, look, it's easy. And she went, like watch. He went, oh, she went, look, I'll teach you. And she was the most wonderful, beautiful, charming woman he'd ever met. And he thought, this could be somebody that I could really be with. He thought, well, she's going to find out I don't dance, and this is all, I'm here by myself and all that, and she's probably with pals and 20 fucking million husbands and all the rest of it, and probably got about 1 million weddings and all that, and I've just made a fool of myself. And he did all that. He went, oh, thanks. And she said, where are you sitting? He said, oh, I'm out there. And then she took him back to his seat, and they sat down. And she sat down like this, like, and he was like, oh, I've never done that before. And she went, I know that, I just copying everything. You've not done it either? No, that's the first time. And he went, oh, well, I'll let you get back to your family. And she went, what? Oh, no, I'm here by myself. And he said, aye, all right, well, I'll let you get back to your family that are elsewhere on the boat and not here. You're here by yourself in the disco, but they are somewhere else, though, on the boat. She went, no, no, they're not on the boat. All right, but all right, so you're here with your pals then, and your family's back up the road, and you're coming like for a kind of hen thing, like a hen night thing. Pals gone away for a wee break to get away for a husband and all that, take a break for the family, kind of thing. She said, no, I don't have a family, well, extended family, siblings and that kind of thing. He said, I don't care, I'm just saying. I just thought you were like that. She says, don't worry, I'm single. He went, I'm, I didn't say, I'm no, I didn't, and they got on like a house on fire. She says, do you want to go to the Crown Lounge thing? UK cruises. Even UK. 14-night transatlantic. What the fuck is it? That there. One day. Where's the fucking thing that was there before? No. 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 Fucking. Explore this. Aye. Right. Okay. She said, do you want to go to the Crown Lounge? He said, oh, I'm not allowed in. It's exclusive access. I read that the Crown Lounge is just to celebrate our brand's legacy, our roots, and our commitment to our most loyal guests. This is my first cruise. She says, I'm a loyal guest. I always come on these cruises. I'm actually married to. He says, so you probably, you probably got like a kind of, there's few guys on here that you like to see. Am I right? She says, in your business. What if I'm shagging a bit? Would you not be shagging a bit if you could? Don't play a hate. Congratulate. He went, do you know what? I've never heard it put like that before. You're fucking right. I don't know how I got this shite put into my head. I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking good on you. Good on you. And she said, I'm just joking. But it's good to know that you're modern. You're a modern man. He said I'm kind of confused about. Is this a wind up or something? She says I'm the real deal. She says, let's go to the Crown Bar. So they went to the Crown Lounge, right? The Crown Lounge, the Royal Caribbean. fucking amazing. Look. Exclusive, smart casual. And I had a few drinks, and she said, shall we go back to your room? On mine. He said, well, go back to yours. Mine's kind of wee. I've got a balcony, but she says, I've got the big one. I really treat myself. And he said, I'm a wee bit scared. She says, why are you scared? He says, I suffer pretty badly for fanny fright. And she said, this fanny fright thing you speak of, what is this? He said, oh, it's just, it's nothing, I'm just kind of scared of the bird. That's all. What? What? He said, oh, it's nothing. And then they went back to his room. He said, I feel a wee bit, you know, like if I went to your bigger room, I'd feel a wee bit kind of like intimidated and all that. Maybe it would be better if I went back to mine. And they went back to his wee one with the balcony. And she said, are you ready to make love yet? And he said, can I go out to the balcony for some fresh air? And he went out. And he said, I'm just going to shut the curtains for a wee bit, if that's all right. Shut the door. Don't look out. And he exposed himself to the wind to try and get, I don't know, to kind of perk it up a wee bit. He couldn't get a stoner. He looked there and he saw somebody on our balcony, a woman. Horrified. And then she went back in. He went, fuck. He went back in the room. He said, I just went out there. I kind of exposed myself to sort of, you know, like a cold shower to sort of, I don't know. And somebody saw me. She said, right, are you ready to make love? He said, this is all getting a bit too much. I'll be back in a second. And he went out to the balcony again and he shut the door. He said, I'll just be 5 minutes, right? And then she was like waiting. She went, that's 10 minutes now. And she looked out and he was in the water. He jumped her, tried to kill himself. But he was still flapping about. And he was shouting like, help. I jumped in, but I've changed my mind. Neon Flux says, Limmy, I have a video suggestion for you. Fucking shut up, Neon Flux. I'm telling a fucking story. And she decided, it's maybe just best to leave it. Leave them there. Rather than man overboard. Maybe it's... it sounded pretty fucked up, do you know what I mean? It would take about a year of therapy or something like that, sort him out, and he'd probably still get this, whatever the fuck it was he was on about, Fanny. Scared of the... whatever it was, bird fright, whatever the fuck. So she left him to drown. But her story isn't finished yet. When they got to Miami, they noticed he was missing and thought he must have like died or something. Fell overboard or something like that, right? And he asked her, do you know anything? I did seem kind of like a wee bit confused, depressed, anxious. I don't know. It didn't seem right mentally. Just then. She says I had a problem like getting erections, I think, when the pressure was on. It's a shame, really, but it's probably for the best. He met his watery end. Pun not pun not intended, she said. And they said, what do you mean? She went, forget it. Just then, his body washed up, all bloated. And here's the funny thing that you might not know, his cock had a hard on. His cock was bloated. Because of that's just what happens. And she went, could you give me a minute with him to ride him? I think it's what he would have wanted. And they went, well, we've got to keep the body here. So they kind of held towels up, beach towels. And she went, look away. So they went like that, as if she was getting changed or something. Went like that, and she rode him for like about 10, 20 minutes. They went like, is that you? She went, no yet. And 5 minutes later, she went, right, that's me. And that was it. And that was it. And he was up in heaven watching that. And it made him so jealous, because she wasn't shagging him. She was shagging the fucking body. He couldn't feel it. So he just went like, you know what, put me in hell. Put me in hell. They said to him, this is hell. You've been in hell the whole time. Take him away. The end. He was in hell. The whole thing. The whole thing was hell. Whole thing. How do I know? A few years ago, I was seriously addicted to heroin, and I had an overdose, and I was actually clinically dead on the operating table for 3 minutes. And I went there and was able to chat with some folk for a while. One of the people that I chatted with was him, because I'm going to hell. And he said to me, he told me the story, then I said, well, looks like I'm stuck here with you then. He said, it's not your time. And I went whoosh, right back into my body. And you know what the funny thing is? Some size are fucking knobbing him, by the way. So it's a fucking shame.